friends, thanks so much for tuning into my channel. Welcome back to the Good News for Singles series. Today, I want to encourage you to do one thing, and that is to enjoy your days. Every single one. One of the ways to enjoy your days is to get to know yourself. Get to know God, like for real. And there's no way you can get to know God for real, and not really begin to get to know yourself. Those two, they go together. They happen at the same time. God is the one who made you. The more you get to know him, the more you'll be able to see and understand and flesh out how he created you. And I say that that is important. Isn't it kind of hard to enjoy someone you don't know unless it's from afar, from a distance? I'll give you an example. Let's say there's a YouTuber or an artist or a celebrity, a singer, someone you've admired from afar. If you're watching them sing, or you're admiring their painting, or you're watching them act in one of your favorite movies, you can enjoy that person from afar. But when you actually get an opportunity to meet that person and there is no chance for you to have a conversation with them, or a few conversations, enough to get to know them, it's kind of hard to enjoy them up close. You can enjoy what they project, but up close, it's a little bit harder to actually enjoy the person. You can enjoy their product or their talent or their gift, but it's kind of hard to enjoy a person that you don't get to know. And it's the same thing with you. You may know what you're good at. You may know some of your weaknesses, but I'm not talking about what you do. I'm talking about who you are. It's so important to get to know you. That's one of the first keys to learning to enjoy your days as a single. I'm going to link a book in the description box, and it's called The Gift of Being Yourself. The author is Benner. It's one of my favorite authors that I started reading when I was pursuing my master's in ministry care and pastoral counseling. But somehow I missed this little book, and I read it recently, and I listened to it. I think it may be a 2-hour book on Audible, if that, but it's a really short book, whether you listen to it on Audible or whether you get the hard copy. It's not a long book at all, but when I say it is jam-packed, full of gems, things for you to think about, things for you to pray about, things for you to pay attention to as it relates to getting to know God and getting to know yourself. So that'll be down there. Please check it out and just kind of explore the correlation between getting to know yourself and enjoying you. The second thing in enjoying your days is learning to be present. Personally, that has been a journey for me. Even when I didn't realize, like, girl, you miserable because you are either regretting yesterday or you are so anxious about tomorrow. That's why you're not getting the most out of life, because you're not present. You're not enjoying the things about today. You're not enjoying who you are today, the experiences you're having today, the people that are around you today. You're not enjoying those things. That was a journey for me, one, for that to be brought to my attention. But even then, it's been quite the journey on getting to where, like, I get up most days, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Most days, I get up pretty darn excited about living. I have my days, trust me, just like most people, where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? I have my moments in my days like that. I look forward to things, small things, simple things, really get me excited. I may not show it. That's not necessarily my personality. I guess I'm not that excitable of a person. I've had friends tease me to say that I would not be the person to let the people in the building know that the building is on fire, because based off of my expression, they would think I was playing, because I just kind of remain calm and cool like that most of the time. But anyway, Sidebar, most days I get up and I'm pretty cool with life. Now, keep in mind, I'm very aware that some of us may deal with clinical depression. You may have anxiety, panic disorder. There are options for help for you. So I'm praying for you if you're someone who does deal with those things. And I believe that there's hope for you. There's definitely professional help for you out there. There are people out there who want to support you through that journey. I'm one of them. It's one of the reasons why I take the time to do videos and stuff, just to encourage people. So I do know that there sometimes are other things that impact a person's ability to really enjoy their days, whether you're a single person or a married person. One of the main ways I stay encouraged is through the Bible, through the Word of God. I put in my past video a whole list of places in the Bible that are encouraging, that remind us that our hope is in Christ. So make sure you check that past video out. In fact, you should see it somewhere right here, and you should be able to click on that. But yeah, learn to be present. Learn to appreciate the small things. And then 3, another way to enjoy your days is to do life with others. Do life with others. If you're a more introverted type and you fuel up, you get your strength and your energy by having time alone. I'm not saying you have to be with people 24/7, but do life with others. Do things with the people at your church. If someone invites you out for coffee, go. If someone invites you out for lunch, go. Invite somebody else out for lunch or for coffee. If someone just wants to sit and talk, but you normally just make a beeline for the door and you get in your car and go home, make an intention to take the time to talk and fellowship and be with people. And so those are just 3 of the things. And one more thing I wanted to mention, and this is so important. This is so important, especially for people who have been in church all of their lives. One of the things that I learned on my journey of getting to know myself, which is continuous, I don't know it all, so no. But one of the things that I learned on my journey of getting to know myself is my spiritual pathway. How do I best connect with God? What gets me focused and connected in my heart and in my mind to God? So I will also link the spiritual pathways test in the description. Some of you may be familiar with it. Others may not. I've been surprised to work with churches and to work with different individuals who had never considered what's my spiritual pathway. And there are several ones that are listed. Some people are more contemplative. They prefer to read and study, and that gets them in the mind frame for prayer and worship. And then there are other people who are sensate, smells and things that feel really good. You might have a specific blanket or a jacket, or you just like to be outside and feel the sun, a candle. Some people, a part of their temperament and their personality that helps them to connect with God it's called being a sensate. And there's those people who prefer to listen to worship music, or there are people who, some people, really can get into some good prayer while they're taking a jog. It was just so enlightening to me to know that, wow, people are different and everyone doesn't connect easily the same way. I think we all can appreciate different pathways, but we just naturally all have 1 or 2 or maybe 3 where it's just us. It's easier for us to connect to God in that way. And it was so important for me to learn that as a Christian, because I've been in church my whole life. I grew up in church, and I grew up in a holiness church. And then as an adult, I've attended different churches, different denominations, non-denominational. Each church kind of has a different feel, a different vibe. But when you don't know that it's okay to be different or to enjoy God in a different way than other people, it can really cripple you. It can really kind of put your mind in a box to the point where, man, I must not be for real for God, because I don't do that. What's she doing? I don't even get that. So, people experience that, where they literally are unsure if it's for real for them because they don't connect with God in that way. And those are all things that are a result of not taking out the time to get to know yourself and enjoy who you are, how you are, when it comes to how you process life, how life comes at you, and how you respond. So yeah, I kind of went off on a tangent with that, even though all of what I just said is important. But my main point is enjoy your days, enjoy your single time. I'm not saying that you will not have days where you will want to know, like, okay, Lord, so why is this taking so long? Where you may even wonder if it's for you because it's taking longer than what you expected. That doesn't mean that marriage is not for you. So that's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is while you are single, enjoy your days. Get to know yourself, get to know God, find out what you like, get real with yourself about your strengths and your weaknesses, get real with yourself about your habits, even that inner dialogue. You get a chance to really pay attention to that stuff without actually having to monitor and balance this other person. I'm not saying that married people don't have to do the same thing, but what I am saying is while you're single, you have the time in the dynamic of your relationship with God. Because of that time, you can really take advantage of it and learn what you like, learn what you enjoy, and not saying that you can't grow and change and that some of those things won't change over time, but there are some things about us that are most likely not going to change in our lifetime. And a lot of those things are just the way God made us. And it's kind of hard to enjoy life and enjoy yourself when you don't know and honor who God made you to be. So I encourage you to learn how to enjoy your days. Ask God to help you bring things to light. Ask God to help you to get quiet and still and settle yourself on knowing Him and letting Him show you who you are and making a conscious decision to enjoy your days. So I hope this video was helpful to someone. This video is basically to encourage you to not wait until you're married thinking that you can enjoy life then. You can learn to enjoy life now because it is absolutely not promised the next day. And just seeing so many young people leave here and seeing so many people who are living these lives that a lot of us think we want, people who are lead pastors in large churches, you know, these stars, singers, you know, actors, people who are rich, people who have that family that looks on Instagram as if it is perfect. Some of us are waiting to be in those people's position to enjoy life. If you can't enjoy life now as a single person, regardless of what life throws at you and regardless of the fact that you're not married yet, you're going to have a hard time enjoying life as a married person. That happiness and that joy comes from within, and it comes from God. And if you have God and you have you, you can learn to enjoy your life. Thanks again for watching my video. If you are not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now. Tap that notifications bell so that you will receive a notification every time I release a new video. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Share this video with your other single friends who also need to go ahead and enjoy their life God's way, God's way. And also, maybe you're married and you watch this. Share it with some of your single friends who need to lighten up and enjoy their days. All right, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.